Hello everybody and welcome to the 4th episode of the 1860 Munich CFG Takeover Career Mode. This is James from PJ's 00 and welcome again to another episode of my career mode where we are now into January, meaning we'll be able to sign players, meaning we're near enough at the halfway stage of our season. So far we've been absolutely blitzing the league, we're top on 52 points, we're quite far ahead. This is how the team's looking at the halfway point. A couple of quite good players, Grillingham, my right winger, has impressed me a lot. Vrancic has also surprised me as well, but the main problem we do have is we do have a long-term injury to James Sands, our central defensive midfielder, meaning we will have to go into the transfer market to bring another CDM in to take his place. And this is how the bench looks like. It's pretty good, you know. I think we can add some more players. There's a lot of players on the reserves I want to get rid of, but we'll just sort through that, and I think, you know, we'll see how things go. Tallied someone I want to continue to give game time to and make sure he gets better and better. But so far I'm happy with the squad, to be honest with you. But there is 2 additions I need to make just before that though. First of which is of course the CDM position. James Sands' injury means we need to bring in a CDM, and the 3 options I had was, the first one was Sergi Samper, the Spanish CDM, sorry, he used to play for Barcelona, he currently plays in Japan. I like the look of his pass and stats more than anything else about him. The second option was Tanaka, the Japanese midfielder, a little bit more high rating. I didn't quite want to go for someone as high as James Sands in case he comes back sooner than expected. But then the third option we had was Nicholas Sterling, who I don't really know why I had him shortlisted, because if his stats weren't great, I think I must have seen someone else. But regardless of the fact, we made our decision and it was Sergi Samper, the Spanish midfielder who has quite good defensive stats. I think he'd do trick in the team, so I just in the end offered a player plus cash in the attempt of just persuading the Japanese team to let him go. In the end they actually took my left back I was trying to get off my hands, and we were able to sign James Sands' temporary replacement. And during the winter break we decided to take a trip down under, so we went to talk to our fellow City Football Group owned club, Melbourne City, to negotiate a deal for another midfielder to add to the team, and that was Aidan O'Neill, someone who I'd looked at before, but in the end I decided I needed another midfielder to just boost the strength of this team. And we also had 2 more additions to the team. Gramelio Luna, the attacking midfielder from Uruguay from our youth academy, we called him up to the team. I'll have to see how it goes because we don't play with number 10 technically. And Kai Schultz, the highly rated German goalkeeper who was in the team. Even at the age of 17, he looks like he could actually challenge Hiller for the number 1 spot. In terms of games coming up, we haven't quite got that many interesting games, because if there's a couple of home and away games, but we'll just plough through them, continue our forward momentum, continue our great attacking play, and just get closer and closer to get promotion into the second tier of the Bundesliga. Our first game after the winter break, we had an away win 4-0, a quite emphatic victory by our side. Tetsuya Ito ended up getting a hat-trick in that game, and after that we were back at home for our first game of the year at home against KFC. And then we got gifted the perfect start. The goalkeeper took the touch, he looked like he was panicking, he then completely misses the ball, and Jan Fitarap puts in his easiest goal he'll score all season to make it 1-0 just before 30 minutes. And into the second half, Grillinger was able to put an interesting ball into the box, and it found Dennis Dressel, who doubled our advantage, and we were absolutely cruising in the snow. And after that, Art played for a ball to Arzani, question marks over whether there was an offside or not, but the Australian, who hasn't quite impressed me as much as I thought, really impressed me with the way he rounded the keeper and just made it 3-0 to us. And what looked like a dangerous tackle right there eventually fell to Aidan O'Neill in his first appearance for the club. He set up Daniel Arzani to tap it in to make it 4-0, a comfortable win to begin the year at home. We followed up that game with a 1-1 draw away from home. We went 1-0 down earlier on, but Tag was able to grab the goal, and after the transfer deadline day we were away from home to play in Duisburg. Art should have opened the scoring for us, but this unbelievable save by the goalkeeper stopped us from scoring the first goal of the game. However, we took our time, we were patient with our build-up play. Sampai gave it to Dressel, ball right over the top towards Grillinger, who was able to get to the byline. Eventually he cuts it back, and it's actually the defender who hits it in off his shin. We'll take it, we're 1-0 up away from home just before half time. Grillinger with some great play, eventually tapped in by the defender for an own goal. and their feet are up, finished the game with some beautiful skill. He put it on a plate for Varankic, who smashed it in to make it 2-0. I ended up simming the rest of the game, and Jan feet are up added a third to make it 3-0 5 minutes from time. And to finish the highlights, we ended up losing our last game by a single goal to nil at home. And now our next game is away from home, so we take on Verl, who are third in the table. I didn't quite catch the footage of the league table before this game, but they're very close to us, so we want to make sure we can push any sort of promotion rivals away and secure the title as soon as possible. Weirdly, I think I played this team away in the DFB Pokal in episode number 2. It's one before the Bayer Leverkusen game, regardless. I thought I recognised the ground. But I think it's important we try and win games against teams that are close to us in the table, regardless if they're like miles away from us. It just makes sure we can finish the season as soon as possible and get promoted into the second tier and continue the rise of 1860 Munich under the new ownerships. Steinhardt. He needs to try and continue to get better. Arzani. He's got great pace. Look at the space he's got. Arzani, let's go for a pop. Oh, he smashed it in! What an opening goal inside 5 minutes. Daniel Arzani was allowed the time and space, and he smashed it in to make it 1-0 to 1860 Munich. What a start! Practically the first attack of the game. Completely left open. Look at this. Great cut inside, but where was the marking? No one wanted to pressurise him. He goes for a pop, and it's in the back of the net, and we are 1-0 up early on. Since I've criticised Arzani, he's actually got a lot better. What a start. Exactly what we needed. An early goal. 1-0 away from home to Verl. Come on, let's not concede straight after scoring. Come on, Kurt. Good pass, lad. Come on, you won the ball, then you lost it back again. Ah, poor pass. Come on. No pressure. Oh, for God's sake, Grillinger tries like a feint shot. He can't quite get it away. Pashlak needs to stay with him. And he hasn't got him. Why is the winger not tracking back? Ball in the box. This is dangerous. Just about get it away. Varankic hasn't quite cleared it. Arzani. Trying to switch it up. What a ball to Grillinger. That is superb. Over the top to Dressel. Surely. Oh, what on earth was that for a shot? Fantastic play. And just a terrible effort by Dressel. I wouldn't even call that a shot, to be honest with you. He completely misses it. Let's go for another one. Varankic. Can't quite get there. That's so close. Again, they're allowed space on the up wide. Steinhardt trying to pressurise them. It's only 1-0, but they're really showing signs. That's a poor pass there. Varankic. Just bombing forward. Let's go for a chip. No. You know, I really want to score from the halfway line. Just chip it over the keeper. I swear I can do it. That's a good tackle. Interception, I should say. But I try. I can't seem to do it. Pashlak is completely muffed at, and he practically falls on top of me. He almost studied me in the face. Squares it. He needs to make a great tackle. Really good tackle. He needs to make another one, and Steinhardt does really well there. Arzani on his left hand side. There is plenty of people on him though. He's only scored once, and he's been able to get away down his left hand side. Come on. There's plenty in the box. Varankic, Arzani, Steinhardt, beautiful play. Varankic in the centre. Cuts inside. Shot near post, 2-0. What a really well worked goal. Varankic finishes off the move. And it's a beautiful play by Arzani down that left hand side. Him and Steinhardt, I believe it was. Really great link up play. Eventually it was a good cut inside. Catches the keeper at the near post. We're 2-0 up despite some pressure. That's exactly what we wanted, a 2-goal margin to keep the comfortable lead. Get in there. Arzani, Varankic, can make it 3 before half time. Steinhardt's allowed so much time to get forward. Varankic, I've got Grillinger, on the right hand side. Can put a ball in. Is Steinhardt the far post, and his volley is wide, but at least he hit it this time. Dressel completely mistimed his, and they're going to try and counter attack from this. Sampo has been okay these last couple of games. Hopefully he can get better in this game. That's been intercepted. Salder gets it to Varankic, and Arzani yet again allowed space down the left hand side. Ball into the box. Grillinger with the header, misses it. It might fall to Varankic. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. Nearly 3-0. Varankic nearly got his second, but eventually the keeper made a good save. I don't think he expected Varankic to get on the end of that poor header. But he needs to stay alert. They're trying to continue to play. We've got 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half. in the snowy conditions. S1E4 again let loose. We're getting loads of luck down that left hand side, but eventually he is tackled. Yep, and that is half time. What a start. S1E4 with that beautiful long range effort puts us 1-0 up away from home early on, and after that it's been one-way traffic. He's added a second. And to be honest, this whole season we've just looked so comfortable, so in control, and at half time we are 2-0 up away from home to Verl. Throw in here into the second half, so we can try and start the second half with an early goal for S1E4. I thought it was Frankic for a minute. Steinhardt cuts it back, Frankic sets it up, S1E4 smashes it in near post. 3-0 in the snow. He has been absolutely brilliant. I'd say beautiful. What a fantastic third goal. Great layoff there by Frankic. And he's opened this half the same way he started the game, with another goal. Look at this, lovely touch. Wham, near post, beats the keeper. 3-0. So easy, so comfortable. And that man has really started to prove me wrong in terms of the doubts I had about him. But he is doing the business so far. Dodged them just over an hour played. 3-0 up, we're in control. Selga, that's a really poor touch. He's one player who, although he's like, his rating's okay, I do have doubts about him in my team. Kaiserslautern has been beautiful at centre half. He's just absolutely brilliant signing for me, but his partner hasn't been great. And he's come flying out there. He hasn't won the ball. Tadua, I believe it is. Why is he's centre halves out wide? Ball in the box, header. This is really scrappy, and it's a penalty. I think it's a penalty. Yep. Well, I'm not saying it's Selga's fault, but as I was criticising him, he just comes a mile out of the box, and it's actually his other partner. Oh yeah, that's handball. He's basically playing basketball. Yeah, handball is a penalty to them. Kai Schultz, who I have been starting the last few games, has an opportunity to make himself a hero early on in his 18-60-minute career. And he's chipped it, and then he's hit the bar, and it's bounced on the line, and the keeper's cleared it, and the follow-up is just gone wide. Well, he didn't save it, but he got away with one there. It was a chip, it hit the bar, bounced on the line, and although he got it out, it was fired back in at the near post, and that was close, very close. Towards Pashlat now. Oh, what a chest from the skipper. Samper into O'Neill. The two new signings combining. Grillinia. Let's go for a pop. Beautiful save. Great save by their goalkeeper. We're getting so much space on the outside of the penalty area. And Grillinia went for a shot, and really good save to deny him, to be honest. If you look at this. 5 minutes or so left of this game. It's been quite comfortable, to be honest with you. Hyder starting to just build some momentum. I'll try and keep as many clean sheets as possible. Confidence more than anything. That's a tackle by Selga. Kai Schultz. This hoof is up. Yep, towards Arp. Touch. O'Neill, the Australian, beats the challenge. Arp. He's got a sidestep one. Goes for a shot. It's another good save by the goalkeeper. Arp nearly looking. I think he's scored in this game. S1E4. Yeah, I suppose he hasn't scored in this game. Corner. Towards Steinhardt. Misses the header. And it should be worth 3 minutes of additional time. That's probably going to be that. Pashlat determined to win the ball. Even at the 90th minute, he's trying to win the ball back. That's what we want from a captain in this team. Ito's trying to get something on that. Kurt. It's gone 3 minutes. Come on, blow the whistle. Yes! Full time. Comfortable 3-0 win away from home. All started from Danglar S1E4's absolute thunderbolt past the keeper. He added a second with Frankic getting one in between. The comfortable game, despite the penalty, which I will admit was a clear penalty by Kaiserslautern, but Kai Schultz didn't have much to do in terms of saving that, and in the game he didn't. In the end, a comfortable win. We pushed back another promotion rival. Well done, boys. And after that comfortable win away from home, we decided to just change our scouting locations from the previous two destinations alongside Germany of Bolivia and Belgium. We decided to change them to Australia and to the United States of America for Melbourne City and New York City respectively. See if we can find some players over there. And we also followed up after that with a 3-1 win at home. And we followed up that 3-1 win at home with an away trip to Kaiserslautern, a team which I absolutely smashed at home against them. And this game, did not disappoint in terms, well, for us it didn't disappoint, because to be quite honest with you, Kaiserslautern, they must absolutely hate us. They must just despise the sight of us. Because I decided to rotate the team, and quite frankly the result was basically the same. Emilio Luna was given a start for me. I decided to give him an opportunity out wide in his unnatural position as a left winger, and he started the game the perfect way. Ball into the box, volleys it, bottom corner, 1-0 inside 3 minutes. What a start for Emilio Luna, playing out of position. I tried him as a left winger, see how he goes, and in this game he was absolutely superb in terms of footwork, in terms of passing. And then just after 10 minutes, Sampa gave it to Varankic to O'Neill, plays it back to Mambo, near post, bang, 2-0. He gets 2 inside 10, or just over 10 minutes. What an incredible start to the game that was, and we weren't finished there. Luna again picks up the ball left hand side, Varankic allowed time to find it to Tetsuya Ito, gets Pashlak on the overlap, he cuts it back, falls the feet of Art, tucks in his hat-trick inside 20 minutes. And despite how comfortable we were in front, Kaiserslautern did make us think, and Kai Schultz, our young goalkeeper who continued to give game time to, made a brilliant save to deny him a goal back into this game. But that was the only opportunity that we were ever going to allow them. Half an hour, really poor clearance, Tetsuya Ito heads it to Luna, and Luna scores his first goal for us, the first goal for our academy player from Uruguay. And it's a simple finish in the end, but he still had to take it. It was 4-0 inside the first half. And then we just literally could not stop. I've lost words to describe this man. Luna, what a ball. Aidan O'Neill smashes it in, 5-0. Probably the best of the lot in terms of the ball across to Aidan O'Neill, and he smashed it in with brilliant technique. Really poor passing by Kaiserslautern. Quite frankly, they were just terrible all game. Art took a touch, tays it forward, and eventually he squares it to Asta Varankic, who smashes in this 6th goal. It's not even half time at that point, and it was already 6-0. And then Luna played it to Varankic, he squared it to Aidan O'Neill, who made it 7-0. And 7 soon became 8. Luna again down the left hand side, cuts it back, Aidan O'Neill towards Neudecker, our substitute, calmly this time, strokes it in to make it 8-0. And that was how the game finished in the end. But they did have an opportunity here. Look at this, Renedo, I think his name was. What a save though, that's the important part. Kai Schultz with a brilliant save to keep the clean sheet with 10 minutes to play. From the resultant corner, another brilliant save by Kai Schultz. Even at 8-0 he didn't want to concede. We ended up winning that game by 8-0. That man getting a hat-trick yet again for us, but quite frankly it was a beautiful team effort by everyone. Emilio Luna had a brilliant first game at left wing. He was superb, as was everyone, and Kaiserslautern, they must hate the absolute sight of us. 8-0, what a win. After that we were back at home against Ingolstadt, which wasn't nowhere near as easy against Kaiserslautern. Look at this, 4-on-1, 4 attackers on 1 goalkeeper, ball towards the far post, and Arzani gets back to his old tricks of missing shots and playing poorly. But just after the second half, Grillignan was played through, great ball right across the face of goal, squares it for Art, surely 1-0. What a tackle, this was a beautiful block, even I had to admit it. Look at this, open goal, fantastic interception to deny us the opening goal in this game. But it was only a matter of time before we did score. Tetsuya Ito was able to put a ball through to Dennis Dressel, who calmly puts it in just under an hour played. And we went 1-0 up against Ingolstadt in a quite difficult game compared to the game prior to that. And then 1-0 was just, we just tried so hard to hit the second goal. Tetsuya Ito here, great first touch, great volley, it's a beautiful save. And we weren't able to hit the second goal only until this resultant corner, ball towards Cornelius, the Canadian defender who I put into the team, made it 2-0. Ingolstadt were devastated to not get the equaliser. We ended up winning that home game by 2-0. And to finish the episode, we had a simulated away win by 3-0. And that is it for episode number 4 of the season 1 of the 1860 Munich City Football Club Takeover career. Now the next game I was going to simulate, but it turns out this is how the league table looks going into that game. We have one more game ahead of Ingolstadt, who had beaten just prior to that, and this next win would guarantee promotion to the second tier, the league title, and everything that goes along with it. I was actually going to do live commentary for the Hanstead Rostock game, which is actually the Saturday after the next game. However, episode 5 will begin with a live commentary of that must-win game. We've got plenty of games afterwards, of course, including Bayern Munich away. But that'd be great to sort of finish the season, get the promotion push done and dusted. Then we can concentrate on giving players game time and just making sure everyone's up to speed going into the second season. I look forward to seeing you in the season finale of the 1860-minute City Football Group Takeover Career Mode Season 1. I hope you enjoyed today's videos. Like, share and subscribe. Cheerio!